Hi all, welcome to my channel, welcome to my world. This is the world of Wayne. Today I'm going to be finishing the Hachette Partworks release of Build the Batmobile Tumbler. Now, as you can see, I haven't got the tumbler around me anywhere at the moment, and that's because I've already finished it. And I did all the work first, and now I'm doing these introductions afterwards. So the question on everybody's lips is, did I manage to get this cockpit to work? Because from what I understand on the Facebook group, a lot of people are having problems with it. Well, you're going to have to watch the video to find out. So without further ado, let's get cracking. Okay, before we finish the last stage, this is where we're up to at the moment. Obviously, we haven't put any of the back wheels on. Now, I am aware in this last pack, we are going to have to put this either upside down or on its side. It's going to be hard because obviously I don't want to crush these and I don't want to crush this on its side. So just bear that in mind when I'm doing that stage, because we have got to change a lead and put the bottom floor pan on. This is the part that everyone is having problems with. So hopefully, well, let's see what happens. So if you remember, we had made the first wheel, and these are really heavy. Now I'm guessing we've got to make 3 more of these. So in the next few stages, I'm guessing that's what we're going to do. So I'm probably going to bundle these together. This is stage 113. And as you can see, we've got another tyre here. In stage 114, looks like we've got another rim. And this is stage 114 here. Just checking that. Yep, putting that together just like that. Putting that in, just checking this, we've got a middle section there, but it still stays on its own. We haven't put that on yet, so it is slightly different to this one because we have this pin section which is going to join these two together. Let's see what's coming in the next stage. This is stage 115, which I'm guessing is again just another tyre. But by the look of it, we do get to now put this onto the vehicle. So I think what I'm going to do is build these up and we'll get to that stage. Then I think in the last 2 stages will be exactly the same to put it on the other side. So I'll probably cut to that. The reason for doing that is you don't want to see me build these again. Let me just check those magazines. This is stage 116. And again, a rim. This is stage 117, which I'm guessing is going to be another tyre. I am. And I think we'll finish this block of stages at stage 118, where I'm guessing we're going to be putting the last set of wheels here onto the Batmobile. So it's looking like that. Okay, let's do this. So we should be able to just whiz through it, because stage 113, obviously we don't do anything with. We've just got the chunky wheel here, which we keep to one side. There's nothing else in here. Stage 114, though, has got all the rim parts and hubs for this. So, got the very heavy wheel here. What I'm going to be doing is taking this part of the wheel rim, putting that into place just here. Excellent. I'm going to get my big chunky screwdriver out ready for this, because I'm going to be turning this over and putting this side in. Now, if you look on the inner rim, there's a line on one section here. We've got that same line on this plastic section we're going to be putting in there. So we just need to make sure that they match. So it's going on this way. Perfect. And I'm holding them in with CM screws. Look at that, I can leave it balanced while I open these and get these screwed in. Now, you don't want to put them in tight. You just want to get them to bite on each side like this. And once you've got all 4 of these screws in, then tighten them all up. Now what I'm going to do is, I don't know if it's going to make a difference or not, but I'm going to lay my wheel out exactly like they've got it in the picture here. So I'm looking at the tread, I'm looking at the holes here, and this needs to go in this way, just like that. Just checking everything lines up here. Looks good. I'm holding them in with AAM screws. Now, I need 3 of these. So once again, I'm not putting them in tight at the moment. I'm just getting these in to line them up. Perfect. Then tighten everything up. Now, these 2 parts here we're not doing anything with, so I'm just going to keep them together and put them to one side, because that is all there is to do in that stage. And then obviously stage 115 is another wheel, but we are in a position to put these two that we've created now onto the Batmobile. This is going to be fun. Now I'm looking ahead at my pictures here, and what I want to do is I want to have it, as I said, exactly like they've got it in the magazine. So I'm taking this axle out. Now for this second wheel, what I'm doing is I'm going to be putting the hub inside the middle there, but I want to make sure that it's different from the one I've got here. So if I've got that on the left and I put this up, I want these to be going in different directions. See, this one's sort of going up, this one's sort of going down. So I want to make sure that they're opposite directions here. I don't know why that is, but I'm just following the instructions. So we're going to be doing the left side of the car first, as you can see. And I'm going to be putting this part here on first. And there you go. Once that's on, you should be able to see the end just poking through there. Okay, now we've got some pins on this side. The reason we had to line them up is to ensure that those pins are actually going to fit into the holes on the other wheel. So I've got the wheel here, and I'm going to be lining this up. And there you go. You see, I've just screwed it in so that they're interlocked there, like that. And there we go. If you look on the top camera, you can see that's rotating. That means it's locked in now. I'm very nervous about keeping it on its side here. You know what's funny? I'm holding this with my hand, but they want me to put this hub in. But in this hub here, we've got to put these little bolts in, which I'm going to have to do with one hand because I'm holding the car with the other hand. So I must remember to do that next time before lifting the car up. And when they're in, they should look like that. I can now put this onto the top of the hub here. Just rotate it round, it slips into place like that. Put a washer here in the center, and then I've got a flange screw to screw this down. And there we go. Let's get that nice and tight. Absolutely perfect. And then I've got this black hubcap to put over the top that's going to hide that screw, just like that there. And they're in place. That was hard. So I'm just going to put the car to one side again, and basically it's just going to be another rinse and repeat where I'm creating another wheel. So it doesn't matter which way round I put these ones in, it's just going to matter on the next wheel I do. But I do want to make sure I do line up the line on this metal with the line on that plastic section just there, and secure it in with CM screws. Obviously in stage 117 we've got the last wheel, which means in stage 118 we're doing exactly the same thing as last time. This time I am going to make sure that the hub here has got those bolts in straight away. So you know what, I'm going to do that first. A lot easier when you're doing it with two hands, that's for sure. Just like that. So you do want to ensure that the treads are like this on this one. Okay? Okay, let's do this. So once again, I'm putting on this side of the wheel there first, putting this one over the top, and again I'm just going to gently rotate that until that slips into position. There you go, just like that. Put this center hub on, which clips in there. Then I need a washer in there, and put the flanged VM screw in there, and make that nice and tight. When you're happy with that, just put the hub over the top to hide that screw. And as you can see here, all the wheels are now in place. And that's the end of all of those stages. Now, as is common with these builds, the last two stages are probably going to be the hardest stages of the whole build. So I'm going to take this slowly. So this is stage 119. Let's have a look what we're doing. We've got basically the floor pan, battery box. We've got a little crossover cable here. I'm going to explain what that's for in a minute, and some AAM screws. What they want me to do is take this front plate off and put the expansion cable, this crossover cable in here, just as sort of like a bridge. It's going to basically change the polarity of this lead 2. The speaker there, got to put it in the other way by the look of it. Put the floor pan over, put some batteries in. We're pretty much ready to go. So big old box, big old parts, as you can see here. So what's this lead for? Okay, the front wheels have limiter switches, so it can only go a certain distance either way. Now, the left one, unfortunately, the limiter switch was put the wrong way round. So if you went to the left, it wouldn't know to stop. It would lock your steering in, and you'd have to physically crank it back, making right crunching noises to get it back on the on the straight and narrow, if you like. This lead's going to stop that happening because it flips the limiter switch over to make sure that when it goes to the left, it activates. So we need to put this in first. Now I have the car on its side here. I've folded in the flaps at the bottom so they're not going to get damaged, and Yoda is helping me out the other side just to keep this car up. What I need to do is just take this panel off to access the electrics under here. Now looking at that plate, as you can see, you've got 7 contact points that you need to unscrew. And I'm looking for the brown and red cable number 2, which I can see straight away on here. It's this one here by the look of it. But I'm colourblind, so I'm hoping that's right. Okay, if you're in the position I'm in here, I've just checked this cable here, and this is actually motor cable 6, not motor cable 2. Motor cable 2 I can't actually get to. I can't see it down here, but I know it's on this run here. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to separate the red and the brown wire there, and I'm just going to physically cut them and rotate them round. So probably best on the top camera. What I've done is I've taken this out. I'm just going to separate the brown and the red wires here, like this. And what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to cut them, and I'm going to splice some wire to cross these over. Let's just separate these as well. I guess they didn't want me to do this because this is quite a fiddly job. You know what? I'm going to show you a way to do this if you've got no soldering skills whatsoever. Okay? So as you can see, I've stripped the wires. So I've got a brown and red here and a brown and red here. Now I think I have got enough place into this indent here to actually put a connector. And believe me, these connectors are truly magical. So these are going to be able to lie down in here. Looking at that, I think they're going to be absolutely fine. But you don't have to solder them, they're just spring loaded. So what I can do is put the red one in this side here. That holds in place, and connect it to the brown one. And do the same with the brown one going to the red one. And then these can actually tuck quite neatly into there, just like that. I think I'll put some tape over the top of it. So there you go, I've done the job of that lead with no soldering. Made sure I put the plug back in. That's in place. Okay, so now I've put that plate back on. I'm just going to turn the speaker around now. And of course, I've had a wire break, so I am going to have to solder this now. Well, it's not my cleanest soldering job, but there we go, that's soldered on. And that's the speaker rotated round. Now we're going to put in the floor pan. And I'm going to be holding this in with 5 AAM screws. So as you can see, that's all in. And it's just a case of putting this battery box in here. And that is all there is to do in that stage. I'm going to put some isopropic on there just to get all my fingerprints off though. Now, if you remember, we had this Lazy Susan. I'm actually going to put the car on the Lazy Susan now. And the reason for doing that, as you can see there, is I can now rotate it round. Because I want to check the electrics out so far. So the first thing I'm just going to check are the headlights. As you can see, they're coming on there. Perfect. Then I've got spotlights. They're coming on the back there. Excellent. Then I've got jet boost, which comes from the back here. We've got sound, that's good. And as you can see, that's working. So I'm wondering now with the wheels, have I solved that problem? So if we go left, they go to the left and stop. If I go right, they go to the right and stop. Excellent. So that's fixed that issue as well. Perfect. Let's just straighten them up. So the spoilers, they work to a touch. We knew one of them weren't going to work, but that's cool. Okay. I'm not doing the cockpit because that's going to be the last thing we do. We've got the dashboard light though, which is all in there. as you can see. Perfect. And then the cannon. I don't know if there's a light effect there. I've definitely got the sound. So let's do this last stage. In the last stage, we're going to be attaching the cockpit canopy. And I know from looking at everyone's posts, so many people are having issues with this. So it looks like we've got a few details here that we're going to be creating together, putting this into position, and then we are going to be putting on, I don't know what's going on here. Oh, these are for the, I wonder if they're going to fix the problem with the spoilers raising up and down. Don't know, but we're going to be putting them into place there. And then we've got to connect all of these wires up here to the cockpit area. This is going to be fun. Okay, I understand this is going to be a fun bit here as well. I will take my time on it. We'll just work our way through it, I think. Now, we know everything's working at the moment, so it's just the cockpit that we need to see how to get that working. But let's do this. So first thing I want is these smaller aerials here. I want to detach these both from the frame. Then I want me to cut some of this double-sided tape now to put on those. So I'm going to have one on this side, one on the opposite side here. I'll just cut off the excess, peel off the adhesive, and these are going to go on the spoilers at the back, just into the slots you can see just on the sides there. So I'll get these in and I'll show you what that looks like. And there you go, they're in position just like that. I'm going to cut off these longer ones now. And you know what, now I've seen how they've gone in, I think I'm actually just going to put them in with glue rather than double-sided sticky tape, which means the last ones are going on the front set of spoilers. And when they're all in, they should look like that. Okay. Right, before I bring the car over, I'm going to bring the actual cockpit top over, and I'm going to have a look at this. And what I'm going to do, first off, is I'm going to grease up all of these gears. So that's the centre one done. I'm going to do this one here as well. And I've got the teeth on this outside as well. It's a mucky job, but I want to give this as best chance I possibly can. Right, let's bring over the car. And in here, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 leads, which are 26, 27, 28, 24, 29, 31, and 32. I'm going to want to match those with all the leads coming from this cockpit top. So, what I think I'll do is gently just lie this on top here, and I'm going to get all of these connected. At the same time, before I do anything else, I am just going to put some grease just down into this section here, because I think we're going to have trouble getting to that in a second. Okay, so that's all 7 of those plugs in place. Okay, the thing it wants me to do now, if I show you on the top camera here, is this section that we had before, with the spring-loaded section here, we need to make sure that that's going down into that closed position when it moves, which mine does, so I'm happy with that. Now it wants me to check that my motor guide bracket is in the right place, so I've got to take off those 2 screws there to have a check. So one minute. And we need to make sure that's in the right way. Now mine is, so the shorter side here should be on the left, the longer side of that motor bracket should be on the right. Mine's fine, so I can replace that now. Okay, I see this is the problem a lot of people have. We're about to put this section in here. Okay, it's going to be going down this section here, but I want the lever here, the spring-loaded lever, to clear that motor there. So I think I'm going to put some grease on this, seeing as I'm greasing everything else up here, and I'm going to put this into position. Now you can feel it as you're pushing it down, you can feel the motor turning. There you go, I think I'm in position there. I think I'm in position. Okay, so I'm going to turn it on now, and it should start going down by itself. I'm hoping one of these cameras can see this. There you go, which it's doing. Okay, cool. I've got a whole heap of things just doing stuff here. Sounds like I've got a limiter issue here. Okay, so I fixed the problem. Basically, the this limiter switch wasn't being activated right here because this wasn't going all the way down. It was getting jammed. So I'm in the process now of actually just making sure that doesn't happen when it goes down. By doing that, I'm just coating it and draining loads of grease. Okay, so taking that apart, greasing it up, ensuring everything is running smooth again, I think I fixed the problem. So let me just put it all back together. So don't worry about the fingerprints on this. I just want to see if this is actually working. So I'm going to press the cockpit button. Might help if I turn it on. And it's doing the diagnostic now. So that's gone down. This is already closed. So when I press the cockpit button now, as you see, that's raising up. Perfect. It is getting a little bit stuck. It's needing a little bit of help. Just going to gently put it in place so I can see what it happens when I turn it on now. So that's going down. That's good. Perfect. Then this is opening. That's good. And it's cool. That's working. So when I press the cockpit, it should do everything in reverse. This is sticking. I don't know why. That's okay. And then that's going up. So it looks like the last thing I'm going to do is to attach this top section to the arm here. So as you can see here, I've just pushed this roof section into this bar and I've got a large screw here which is going to screw that into place. So I'm going to test the last thing now, which is this cockpit roof. Let's turn it on and see what happens. Sticks a little bit, as you can see. Needs help. But it's working. Okay, so let's see if this cockpit goes down. Needs a little bit of help there. Let's just put that windscreen wiper back in there. It is catching on something, but I don't know what that is. But, I mean, it's kind of working. Let's press the cockpit button and watch it open. Just got to guide it with my finger. I don't really want to do, but as you can see, once we're into position there, then it does come up. So it's a partial success, I guess. And that is the tumbler complete. And there's no completed model on this channel without having some beauty shots. And in these beauty shots, you will see that I've managed to smooth up that opening mechanism a little bit more, just with more grease. I have to say, I don't like how we can't really hide the wires on here, but as you can see, this is fully retracted. If we just start it running, you can see how this actually operates. It's quite a clever thing, I have to say. Let's make some, oh, we've got a little bit of, I know, it gets there eventually. There you go. But there you go, another build complete. I really do hope you liked that video. If you did, please remember to give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed already, please remember to subscribe. Other than that, take care.